The first is appellant tribunal. What is appellant? In which we can appeal. Suppose class NCLT. What is this? National Company Law Tribunal. If any dispute of LLP, first of all, we have to file the case in the NCLT. And suppose we are not satisfied with the decision of NCLT, then we have to file the case in NCLAT. So what is this? This is the appellant tribunal. This is the higher authority than NCLT. Just like DRT is there, we have to file the case to the DRAT. So DRT to DRAT. So this is also what your appellate tribunal. So this is basically lower than this one. If we are not satisfied with this one, we can file the appeal to the appellate tribunal. Is that okay? So under the LLP Act, what is appellant tribunal? National Company Law Appellant Tribunal. NCLAT is the appellant tribunal of your this one. Okay, next. What is financial year? That is so easy. Financial year is basically that's from 1st of April to the 31st of March. That is the financial year. And what is calendar year? Calendar year is also basically that start from 1st of January to 31st of December. This is your what? Calendar year. So please try to understand, try to revise all the concepts. That is important. Okay, now next one. What is foreign limited liability partnership? Foreign. So foreign means that LLP which is registered outside India. That is called foreign LLP. See? Okay, now what is LLP? LLP means the partnership form and registered under the LLP Act 2008. This is the LLP. What is LLP agreement? Just like class, if we talk about the company have a memorandum of association, article of association, that is the important, right? If we talk about the partnership firm, in the partnership firm, partnership agreement, yeah, or you can say the partnership deed. What is this? Partnership deed is important document. Now if we talk about the LLP, so LLP have a LLP agreement. Okay, LLP have a LLP agreement. So what is this? It is the written agreement between the partners of the LLP, and in which what is written? The mutual right and duties of the partners and the right and duties in relation to that LLP, that is given in the agreement. So guys, this is important point. Okay, now what is partner? So partner in LLP is basically any person, okay? What is this? Any person who becomes a partner in the LLP in accordance with the LLP agreement. जो LLP agreement or whatever the name that is written in the LLP agreement, that is called partner. Important one. Okay, what is registrar? What is registrar? So registrar is basically a person appointed by the central government as a registrar. It means registrar include this one, additional registrar, joint registrar, deputy registrar, assistant registrar. So these are the things that's included in the registrar. C class. Okay, so this is the answer. Now module D. So right now guys, we have just done with the LLP. So just try to understand LLP, what we have read, separate legal entity just like company. LLP partners have a, suppose if any act, wrongful act is done by one partner, so for that wrongful act, other partners will be not liable, just like partnership. The partnership, this LLP will be liable. LLP also have a perpetual succession. So all these things we have already done. Okay, so now we are going to start the Information Technology Act. Okay, now Information Technology Act 2000. What is this? Information Technology Act basically the cyber crime, and the next e-commerce. The cyber crime and the next is e-commerce, right? So these things deal with the information technology. We know that in the previous days when there was a no mobile, no telephone, no laptop, no computer, we just basically deal with the telegram, etc. to communicate. But right now we all are dependent upon the technology. Technology is no doubt giving us so much benefit, but there are certain drawback also. See? So what are the drawbacks and how to prevent that drawbacks? We are learning the information technology. So in the information technology, the first thing is, what is access? What is this? Access. What is access? See, X person is there. X is using computer. Okay, and that computer is there in what? Suppose X is in India. Okay, now this Y person is there. He is also using computer, and this Y person is in USA. Y person is a very big hacker. So what he have done, Y person just hacked the computer and just theft all the important data that X person kept in his computer. So what is this? The person who is staying in USA, that's access on the computer of India. So this is called access. It means how we can reach. Done, guys. So under this, you can say access is basically what? With its grammatical variation and cognate expression means gaining entry into and instructing and communicating with the logical, arithmetical, memory function resource of a computer, computer system and computer network. So this is the legal language of the term access. Okay, now next, what is appropriate government? Appropriate government, as you can easily see, that basically the state government and the central government. This is called appropriate government. The state government which make the law, okay, which make the law of the particular state, and the central government that make the law at the central level. What is written in this one? See, before explaining this point, guys, I would like to say Constitution of India 1950, that is a very important law which is known as the father of law also. So this Constitution of India contain articles, this contain schedule, and this contain what? Articles, schedule, and this contain your parts, right? So in schedule, if we talk about the 7th schedule, because that is written here in the 7th schedule, because total 12 schedules are there. So in the 7th schedule, central list, state list, and concurrent list. In central list, only central government can make law. In state list, only state government can make law. In concurrent list, only state and center both can make a law. So under appropriate government, you can see that if I just tell you the conclusion, so state government as well as concurrent list, in both the list, the law can be made for the IT Act. Okay, so this subject matter is not only for the central, but it is for the state law also, because it may be possible some state use technology so much, some state not, so that's why. Okay, so this is your appropriate government. Okay, that is appropriate government. Next, what is asymmetric crypto system? Asymmetric crypto system is basically that private key and this is public key. What exactly the key do? Key is basically, you can say, suppose this is the computer, right? In the computer, suppose if I'm saying hi, so this he, that will first of all convert into the, this is the simple language convert into the computer language, this computer language then again convert into simple language, then it will be approached. Suppose he is there. Nikita ma'am is saying he, and this is Arun. Nikita ma'am saying he to the Arun. So what is this? The process of converting the language simple into the computer language, this is called, this is the work of the key. So this also come in your exam about the private and public. So private key, you have to remember, that is basically for the private, creating a digital signature, and public key, verify the digital signature. You have to remember this. You have to remember this one. Okay. Now, what is certifying authority? What is certifying authority? It means a person who has been granted a license to issue the certificate, just like a normal certificate which is signed by the authenticate person. So that document become the a legal document. Same thing, suppose if you people are just filling the CAIIB registration form. After this, the the admit card or whatever the document that is come, that will call as the certifying authority will sign, and after that, that will come in your hand. So this is the work of certifying authority. What is digital signature? The signature that you electronically sign, that is called digital. Certificate, same thing. Electronic form, that is online form. This is not a new thing. Okay, and what is private key? We have already done. Private key is used to create digital signature. Public key, that is verify the digital signature. So this is the, as you can see that, what is appropriate government? So appropriate government, in a single term I can say central government, state government. Just try to learn the one keyword of each definition term. Either you can just make a notes of definition term so that you do not have to read all the points. You only have to focus on the important. So central government, state government, that is the first one. Next, what is Central Information Commission? So Central Information Commission class, this is the designation. This is the designation class. Central Public Information Officer, what is this? This is also the designation. It also include Central Assistant Public Information Officer. What is Chief Information Commissioner and what is Information Commissioner? It means same class designation, Chief Information Commissioner and Information Commissioner. And I'm just telling you, this Central Information Commission is the second appellant body. This is the second appellant body, that is CIC. Okay, so first of all, we have to complain to the Central Public Information Officer. If we are not satisfied with the decision of this, then we can appeal to the second, and this is the second appellant body. That is important. Got it? And guys, do not forget to like and subscribe the channel of Officer Adda 24/7. And whatever the definition terms which I think that is important, that can become in the exam, I will just highlight that word. Okay, now next. What is competent authority? Very important. Guys, competent authority, that is very important. What is competent authority? Number one is any speaker and chairman of what? As we know that in the parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha is there. What is the work of parliament? They just make the law. So in the Lok Sabha, the head is called speaker. In Rajya Sabha, the head is called chairman. Same thing in the state level. In the state level, legislative assembly is there and legislative council is there. So in legislative assembly, speaker will be there, and in the council, chairman is there. So the competent authority is first speaker and chairman. Got it? Next, Chief Justice of India. Chief Justice of High Court. Okay. Chief Justice of India. These are the competent authority. Competent authority, the president, governor, and administration. So guys, you have to learn this one. These are important. This is also important. Information. What is information, guys? This is important, competent authority, and this is. What is information? So information, what we can ask from the public authority, that is called information. So guys, information means any material in any form, include records, documents, memos, email, opinion, advices, press release, circular, order, logbook, contract, report, paper, sample, model, etc. So these are the information that we can ask from the public authority. This is called information. Got it? Next, what is prescribed? Prescribed means whatever that is mentioned that we have to follow. So under RTI, the prescribed will be always done by the appropriate government and the competent authority. So you know what is appropriate government, that is central government and the state government, and what is competent authority we have already done. What is public authority? Again guys, very important. Public authority, because whenever we have to ask any question, we can ask only to the public authority. So what exactly the public authority means? Any authority body instituted, established, constituted by constitution. What is guys constitution? Constitution is basically, that is the father of law. What is constitution? That is the father of law. Okay. Any other law which is made by parliament, parliament is the lawmaking body. Any body which is made by state legislature or by notification, any appropriate government. So guys, when the body is established under these 4 points, so these bodies are called public authority, and from that public authority we can ask the information. In this is the separate point that you have to remember also, that body owned, controlled, substantially financed, non-government organization substantially financed directly, indirectly by the appropriate government. So suppose any NGO is there, any private authority is there, but which is controlled under control under the appropriate government, so that NGO and private organization also comes under the public authority. Please read the point. Done? Okay, class. Now, the next one. What is record? This is important. Record means whatever the public authority that maintained in their office, that is called record. So record is basically any document, manuscript, file, microfilm, microfiche, it's a faces smile, any reproduction of images embodied in the microfilm, these are comes under the record. Okay. Now, what is right to information? So guys, right to information means any information that is accessible under this act. Any inspection of work, documents, record. Taking notes, extract, certified copy of documents. Taking certified sample of material. Obtaining information in the form of disk, floppy, tapes, video cassettes, etc. So these are the right to information, and some more examples are also there. First of all, learn these one. It means what kind of information we can ask. So these are the information. We can ask the question in the form of inspection. We can ask the question in the form of notes, that we want notes for this particular thing. So these are the way. Please say this. This is very important, right to information. And at the same point, this is your at the state level. This is your at the state level. What is State Information Commission? State Chief Information Commission. At the state level, whatever we have done in the central level, these are the things in the state level. Suppose in the state level, if the authority, public authority, is not giving information within the particular time, so in that case we can file the case, right? Just like your CIC, that is a second appellant body. In this SIC, that is the State Information Commission, is the second appellant body in that. This, okay. Now for this one, what is the important line? That is third party. What is, guys, third party? Third party means person other than citizen. It means not Indian citizen. It means the person who are outside, who are from the outside India. This is called citizen, plus includes public authority. So public authority, suppose if want any question from the another public authority, so that's also come under this. That is a third party. So this is very, very much important. Okay, guys, this is very, very much important. And guys, do not forget to like the session, and your new batch in the English medium of my class is going to be start from 22nd of what? It's a September. The timing will be 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Sorry, yeah, this is the timing. Okay, this is the timing of your new English medium batch, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so if you want a quick revision, because this is the selection batch in which your selection is sure, but the condition is that you have to follow the rules which is given by the teachers. Okay, guys, now module D, Prevention of Corruption Act. What exactly this want to say? Corruption is basically, why this act is included in this session? Because now in the bank also the corruption is, okay. So in the Corruption Act we have basically just learn about the special judge, okay. The special judge that is appointed under this act, and what is the work of this special judge? To investigate and to give the justice if any person who is under the victim and the witness under the Prevention of Corruption Act. Okay, so now in the public servant, now only one definition is important. Now you will tell me, ma'am, which definition? That is public servant. Only one definition is important, that is public servant and nothing else. Only one definition. So what is public servant under the Prevention of Corruption Act? We will study one by one. So before starting the public servant, the first is, what is election? So election is by whatever means held under any law for the purpose of selecting the member of parliament. It means 2024, as you know that election is going to be held. So this is called election. In the state assembly, okay, in the state assembly, which we also call the Vidhan Sabha, whatever election that is going on, that is called this one. So this is basically the selecting the member of parliament, any legislature, local authority. This is called election. Just like in the government colleges also the election held. In the government colleges also class the election held. So this is the exact definition of the term election. Now, what is public duty, guys? What is public duty? So public duty is basically, see, duty in the discharge of which state, public and the community at the large has an interest. It means basically the state, public, community have a large in interest. That is called public duty. That is not the private organization, because for the private organization their basic aim is to profit. But if we talk about the public authority, their basic aim is to do interest in the public at large. This is the basic aim of the, okay, so this is a public duty. Suppose you people are working in a bank, okay, a public bank. So in the public bank, you are doing work to the public, right? Now, what is public servant? That is the most important. Okay, class, what is public servant? So one by one, I will just highlight, because these contain 12 points. So 12 points comes under the definition of public servant. So one by one, we will read. What is public servant? Any person in the service and pay of the government and remunerated by this one. Okay, it means service under government, remunerated by government. First point. So you all are working in a public bank, right? So in the public bank, you are remunerated by the government, so you are public servant. Second, any person in the service and pay of a local authority. Local authority, as we know, that also comes under this one. So 2 points. Next, any person in the service and pay of corporation established under the Central, Provincial and State Act, an authority body owned, controlled by the government and the government company, because as we know that the government company also comes under the government. That's it. Any judge also called public servant, right? Whether the Supreme Court judge, High Court judge or District Court judge. That's it. Please see the points. Next, any person authorized by Court of Justice to perform any duty in connection with the administration of justice, including liquidator, receiver, commissioner. All are public servant. Just try to learn the name. And public servant definition is important, and it is 100% damn sure. It is 100% damn sure that this word will be come in your exam. Any arbitrator. What is arbitrator? These are the alternative dispute mechanism, just like arbitration, conciliation, lok adalat, ombudsman, tribunal, etc. Right? Next. Any person who hold office by virtue which is empowered to prepare, publish, maintain, revise electoral roll, conduct election. The person who is under electoral roll, conduct the election, that is called this one. Any person who hold office by virtue, he is authorized, required to perform any public duty. I think this definition is very simple. The public servant contains 12 points, but no need to apply, because these 12 points you people know. You people know who are the person who are working under the government. So these all are public servant. Next, any person who is president, secretary, other officer bearer, these are what? These are public servant. See? These are public servant. Next, 10. Any person who is the chairman, member, employee of any service commission, board, etc. Next, any person who is vice chancellor, member of any governing body, professor, reader, lecturer, any other teacher. That's under the what? Government. That's it. Okay. Next, any person who is the office bearer, employee of educational, scientific, social, cultural, institutional, whatever, that is called this one. Let's start with the definition terms of SARFAESI. First is appellant tribunal. What is appellant tribunal? Appellant tribunal is basically, as you can see, that DRAT. In DRT Act, what we have read? In DRT Act, we have read DRT is the tribunal. If we are not satisfied with the DRT decision, we can appeal to the DRAT. So in SARFAESI Act also, the appellant tribunal is DRAT. That's it. Okay. Now, what is asset reconstruction? Asset reconstruction. So according to the SARFAESI Act, acquisition by any ARC company. What is ARC company? ARC company whose basic work is, first of all, this company registered under the Reserve Bank of India, and the basic aim of this ARC company is to take security receipt from the bank and financial institution and give money. That is the work of ARC company. Okay. So acquisition by any ARC company of any right and interest of any bank and financial institution. This is called asset reconstruction. And the term which is important, I will just highlight it. This is important. This is important. So what is ARC company? See, the company which is registered with Reserve Bank under this one. This is called ARC company. Okay, so these two terms are important. Now, what is bank? You can easily see that in your BRBL, now 70 plus questions come in the way of one-liner. So one-liner question, you can also assume that what kind of questions can become from the definition of the bank. Suppose the 4 option will be there and you have to tick mark which word is under the definition of bank. So the bank include banking company, corresponding new bank, State Bank of India, subsidiary bank, multi-state cooperative bank, or other bank. This is the bank. Done. Banking company, same definition that we have read in the Banking Regulation Act. Clause C of Section 5. Banking Regulation Act 1949. That's it. Okay guys, next definition. What is borrower? Borrower, in a simple word, you can say borrower is a person who take money from the bank and financial institution. That's it now. Now what is written in the definition term? Borrower means any person or a pooled investment vehicle. That thing is defined under which act? These two words are defined under the Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956, which has been granted the financial assistance. Who has been granted? Individual and a pool investment vehicle. You can just call the same thing. So these persons have granted financial assistance by the bank and financial institution, or has given any guarantee and created any mortgage and pledge, because when we take money from the bank and financial institution, so we have to give security. It may be of movable property or immovable property. As security for the financial assistance granted by any bank and financial institution, and include a person who or a pooled investment vehicle which becomes borrower of ARC company. So they can become borrower also of the ARC company. So in a one word, we can say this and this. That is called the borrower. That's it, guys. Do not forget to like the session. Do not forget, guys, to like the session. Do not forget. Okay. What is central registry? Central registry means whatever the security which is given by borrower, that security have to be registered by the central registrar. What is the reason behind it? The central registrar will register the security so that the borrower cannot use that security in the other purpose. That's it. See? Okay, so that's why under the CAIIB Act, which is a part of your SARFAESI, under CAIIB Act, it is the duty of bank or any financial institution to get registered the security which is given by the borrower. Okay, what is company? That is defined in the Company Act. That is defined in the Company Act, guys. This is called company. What is depth? First of all, DRT. Whatever we have covered in the DRT Act. And what is the full form? Full name of DRT Act. The full name is Recovery of Debt Due to Bank and Financial Institution Act 1993. This is your DRT. This is your DRT. Okay. Now, what is debt? Borrower, suppose take 20 lakh rupees. And if borrower is not able to pay the money, so we can say that borrower become debtor, right? So what is debt class C? Debt means unpaid portion of purchase price of any tangible asset. What is tangible asset? The asset which we can see, which we can touch. That is a movable one. Or in this case, any right, title, interest of any intangible which secure the obligation to pay unpaid portion. Unpaid portion of purchase price of intangible asset. So if these things will be happen, this is called debt. And the debt definition is also given, guys, under the DRT Act. This is very important. This is very, very much important, guys. I think the definition is clear to all of you. If you feel any doubt in the definition, so please let me know. Okay, please let me know. Next, what is financial institution? From financial institution, we just demand money. We just take loan, right? And financial institution takes so much interest, right? So that's why we basically prefer the bank, right? So financial institution means a public financial institution. Institution which is specified by central government, international financial corporation established under this, debenture trustee, asset reconstruction company, or any other institution. This is important, guys. So in your question, these 3 options and 4 options will be there, and you have to tick mark which definitions come under the financial institution. Okay, so this is important. Next class, what is hypothecation? That is too much easy. Hypothecation is basically, many students confuse in the definition of pledge and hypothecation. So what is the exact difference between hypothecation and pledge? In pledge, X person is there, right? This is bank. So bank suppose give 20 lakh rupees to this. X person give movable property. Movable property as a security. So under the pledge, guys, the X person have given the possession to the bank. No ownership is transferred. No ownership is, guys, transferred. This is your pledge, right? And the property which is given as a security must be movable. And hypothecation, what is hypothecation? So hypothecation is basically same example, but in hypothecation, basically in purchasing of car, in purchasing of machine, they just take money from the bank. And in that case, no possession is transferred, no ownership is transferred. It means the ownership and possession is remain with the X person. Only document is transferred. Only document is transferred under this case. Is that okay? This is your hypothecation. This is, guys, hypothecation. Because car, machine, suppose if we want to purchase a car, so I think we will use the car, we will use the machine in the day-to-day life. So that's why these things we can use in day-to-day life. So we cannot give it to the bank as a security. So we just give the document. So suppose if Nikita ma'am is not able to give the money, so what bank will do? Bank first of all will take the possession of my car and then after sell my car. That's it. Okay, so this is your hypothecation. Now you can see the definition here. Charge upon any movable property, existing or future, created by borrower in the favor of secured creditor without delivery. So this is important point. What is this? Without delivery of possession of movable property. See, this is your hypothecation. Okay. What is negotiable document? Negotiable document, that is a bill of exchange, promissory note, check, etc. comes under the negotiable document. Any doubt, class? Any doubt, class? Okay, that's cool. What is property? Immovable property, movable property, any debt, right, receivable, intangible asset. What is intangible asset? Just like patent, copyright, trademark. So these are the intangible assets. See, copyright, trademark, license, franchisee. That is a property. Okay, this is the definition of property. What is qualified buyer? So just remember the diagram that we have just seen in the surface. Qualified buyer is the last person who just take the secured property from the ARC company, and for that property qualified buyer will give the money. So what comes under the qualified buyer? So for this one, see, any financial institution can become the qualified buyer. Any insurance company, any bank, any state financial corporation, any state industrial development corporation, trustee, any ARC company which has been granted a certificate of registration under subsection 4(3), or any asset management company making investment on the behalf of mutual fund. Okay, any foreign institutional investor registered under this act. Okay, or any non-financial investor. So these are the examples of qualified buyer. It means these can be come and just take the property. Okay, that's it. Or any other body corporate. So these highlighted points are important. Okay, these are qualified buyers. Done. Next, what is securitization? Securitization is acquisition of financial assets by ARC company from any originator, whether raising of fund by such ARC company from the qualified buyer. The qualified buyer will give the money. What are secured creditor? Secured creditor to whom we just take money. So guys, secured creditor consist bank, financial institution, debenture trustee, ARC company can also, we can just take money from this. Debenture trustee, this is appointed by bank and financial institution. This is registered with the SEBI. Any other trustee, or that's it. So this is called secured creditor. What is appellant tribunal? So appellant tribunal is basically DRAT. That's it. This is your appellant tribunal, right? What is bank? Bank means banking company, corresponding new bank, State Bank of India, subsidiary bank, regional rural bank. See, that can be come in the form of question. Okay, that can be come in the form of question, that what is bank under the DRT. By seeing the definition, you can easily identify that which kind of question can become from this one. Chairperson. If you just comparison DRT and DRAT. So under DRT, the presiding officer is there, and under DRAT, the chairman is there, who is the head. This is important. Okay, so chairman is the appellant tribunal chairman. That's it. Is that okay? Done? Now, what is, guys, depth? What is depth? So depth means any liability claim as due from any person by a bank and financial institution. This is very important. Depth. If a person is not able to pay the money, this is called depth. A very simple definition. If borrower is not able to pay the money, borrower can be the company, partnership firm, etc. So if they are not able to pay the money, this is called depth. Okay. So depth, any liability claimed as due from any person by the bank, financial institution, or by consortium of bank and financial institution during the course of any business activity undertaken by the bank and financial institution or the consortium under any law for the time being in the force. That's it. See. Is that okay? So this is the definition of the term depth. Done, guys? Now, what is financial institution? Financial institution is that entity in which we just take the loan, just like the bank, but this is not bank. Okay? Financial institution, that is a public financial institution within the meaning of Company Act, and other institution as central government may having regard to its business activity and the area of the operation. This is your financial institution, a very important term. Guys, do not forget to like and subscribe the channel of Adda 24/7. That is important. That is important. Done? This is called financial institution. What is presiding officer? That the head officer of this DRT. This is DRT. DRT head is presiding officer, right? And the helper of presiding officer is recovery officer. Okay, this is important. This is important, guys. Now, recovery officer, see, appointed by central government for each tribunal. So each tribunal, that is DRT. What is RRB bank? The regional rural bank established under the RRB Act 1976. That's it. So this is the definition term of the DRT. That is important. Definition term of the DRT. What is tribunal? Tribunal established under this one, that is DRT. Okay. Now, one more thing that you have to remember, DRT. It's a quick revision. If you just go to the DRT, within 30 days, you can appeal and you have to deposit 50% amount. Suppose if you are not satisfied with the decision of DRT, then 50% you have to deposit to the DRAT. Then after you can approach to the DRAT for the appeal. This is very important. This is, guys, very much important. Okay, important one. Now, MSME Act. What is MSME Act? That is very important. What exactly the MSME Act means? The micro, small and medium enterprises Development Act 2006. So this act is basically, suppose if we just talk about the rural areas, so in the rural areas the people are also very much talented, but there's a need of encouragement, right? So this Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Act 2006, that is basically what we have to do for the development. Suppose if any person establish micro enterprise, if the investment and turnovers come under the micro, if the investment turnover come under the small industry, and if the turnover and investment come under the medium industry, so we have to encourage and develop these authority. Okay, so this act is basically this one. Okay, so what exactly we have to study? First one, what is advisory committee? So advisory committee is a committee constituted by the central government. See, Number one definition. What is appointed day? Appointed day, to understand appointed day, suppose that is supplier and that is buyer, right? The supplier have given the goods or services, suppose at 29/23. Today is 20 September, right? So if supplier have given the any goods and services to the buyer at 29/2023, so appointed day means the day following immediately after the expiry of period of 15 days from the day of acceptance and the day of deemed acceptance of any goods and services from the by the buyer from supplier. So at 29, if the good is accepted by the buyer, so after 15 days, so after 15 days, that is 5 October. 5 October is what? Your appointed day. This is important. This is, guys, important to understand. Now I'm just highlighting the things which I have told you. It means the day following immediately after the expiry of period of 15 days. This is 15 days from the day of acceptance and the day of deemed acceptance of any goods and services by the buyer from the supplier. So on that day, the buyer have accepted the goods. So after 15 days, that is of 5 October, that is appointed day. So you have to remember what is appointed day. This is very important. Now guys, what is that is written here? What is the day of acceptance and what is the day of deemed acceptance? So these two terms I will teach you. First of all, please read the day of acceptance and the day of deemed acceptance. Please read, class. Done? So the day of acceptance is basically the day of actual delivery of goods and rendering the services. See, the day of actual delivery of goods and rendering the services. Is that okay? Where any objection is made in writing by the buyer regarding acceptance of goods and services within 15 days from the day of delivery of goods or rendering any service, the day on which such objection is removed by the supplier. So this is also called this one. So there is two definition, guys. There is two definition. This is your first definition, and the second definition is suppose within 15 days. Within 15 days, if any objection is raised by the buyer. See, where any objection in writing by the buyer regarding the acceptance of goods and services within 15 days from the day of delivery of goods and rendering the services, the day on which such objection is removed by the supplier. So that supplier, suppose, remove this one at 10 October. So 10 October is also called the day of acceptance. Is that okay? So this is day of acceptance, this is day of acceptance. Is that okay? And what is day of deemed acceptance? See, where no objection. What is written here? Where no objection is made in writing by the buyer regarding the acceptance of goods and services within 15 days from the day of delivery of goods and the rendering this. The day of actual delivery of goods, it means actual delivery, that is 20. So this is the day of deemed acceptance. So every word is related to each other. So please read all the points here. please read all the points here, class. That is important. Okay, so this is important one. Now, what is board? Board is National Board for Micro, Small, Medium Enterprise. This is board. Buyer, whoever buy any goods, receive any services from the supplier for consideration. That is called buyer. Important definition. What is enterprises? Enterprises means an industrial undertaking or a business concern or any other establishment by whatever name called engaged in the manufacture or production of goods in any manner. Suppose if I have established any industry, so that is my enterprise. So this is called class enterprise. See, this is called enterprise, guys. Done? Okay, so I think this definition is clear to all of you. What is goods? Every kind of movable property other than actionable claim and money. It means good will not include actionable claim and money. What is National Bank? The National Bank is basically means the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development established under this act. Notification that is given in the official gazette. What is actionable claim? That is written in the Transfer of Property Act. Actionable claim basically that's claim on the unsecured debt, that is called actionable claim. What is supplier? Supplier means who have filed the memorandum, and that is for micro and small, not medium, who have filed the memorandum with the authority referred under this include the National Small Industry Corporation, the Small Industry Development Corporation, any company, cooperative society, trust or a body. That is called supplier. Supplier who supply the, in a simple word, who supply the goods and rendering the services to the buyer, that is called supplier. This is important. Okay, this is important. Supplier. Small industrial bank. Bank this established under this one. Small Industries Bank. This is your appellant authority. What is this? This is the appellant authority. So which means executive director. It means who is the appellant authority under the integrated ombudsman scheme. So you have to learn that is the executive director. This is important. In the banking ombudsman scheme 2006, deputy governor was the appellate authority, but in this new scheme that is of 2021, the executive director will be the appellate authority. Done. What is award? Award means the justice which is given by the ombudsman. This is called award. So award means that is passed by the ombudsman in accordance with the scheme. This is called award. That is important. This is called class award. Okay. So award is not a IFA award or IPL award. This award is the justice which is given by the ombudsman. That's it. Next, what is bank? So bank, according to this act, it means banking company, corresponding new bank, regional rural bank, SBI bank, which is defined under the Banking Regulation Act. Defined under the Banking Regulation Act, right? And it also contains the cooperative bank as defined under section 56C of this one, right? Now, but does not include. Now, this is very important, that does not include a bank in resolution or winding up under direction. It means whenever the Reserve Bank will say that in this bank, this act will be not apply. So, we have to follow the wordings of Reserve Bank. That's it. We have to follow the wordings of, guys, Reserve Bank. This is important. Okay, this is important. Done? What is complaint? I think you people all know that what is complaint. So, complaint means representation in writing. What is this? This is basically representation in writing or through the other mode alleging the deficiency in the services. It means if a customer is not satisfied, so basically he can complain against the regulated entity to the ombudsman. So, this is called complaint, and it should be in the writing. That's it. Okay, it should be in the writing. Now, what is non-banking financial company? This scheme also merged into the integrated ombudsman scheme, banking ombudsman and NBFC. So, what is NBFC according to this? It means that is defined under the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. Okay, so this NBFC topic is defined under the Reserve Bank of India and registered with Reserve Bank. First point. To the extent not excluded under the scheme but does not include. It means that does not include. So, we have to learn this one, that does not include core investment company, infrastructure depth fund, non-banking financial company, the non-banking financial company, infrastructure financial, this one, and the company whatever the Reserve Bank of India that defined. So, this does not include this one. Is that okay? Okay, guys. So, I think this topic is clear, that what is NBFC, right? Now, what is regulated entity? Regulated entity means bank and a non-banking financial company or a system participant. What is this? Bank or a non-banking financial company or a system participant as defined in the scheme, or any other entity as may be specified by the Reserve Bank from time to time. This is your regulated entity. Okay, deficiency in service. What is deficiency in service? See, it means shortcoming or inadequacy in any financial service which the regulated entity is required to provide, statutory, otherwise which may or may not result in the financial loss and damage to the customer. So, this is your deficiency in service. It means suppose if the customer is not satisfied, right? So, if the customer is not satisfied, he can basically say that I have to file the complaint in the ombudsman. That's it. Okay. This is deficiency in service. Done? What is settlement? Settlement means an agreement reached by the party to the complaint by, what are the methods? Facilitation, conciliation, mediation. See, three things. Okay, what is system participant? This is the third scheme that is merged into the integrated ombudsman scheme. Okay, the first is banking, second is NBFC, third is this one. So, system participant means person other than Reserve Bank and the system provider participating a payment system as defined under this act. Important. What is system provider? It means include a person who operate an authorized payment system as defined in section 2 of the Payment and Settlement System Act. That's it. Okay. Reserve Bank, as we know that is defined under the Reserve Bank of India Act. That's it. Now, module C. What is Limitation Act? Okay. So, according to the Limitation Act, what exactly this means? X and Y, that is the two party. Okay. They are doing the contract. Y person breach the contract. Y person breach the contract. In that case, what will happen? If the Y person breach the contract, so now X have a right to file the suit. So now suppose if X file the suit after 5 years, so can it will be the useful? The answer is no, because after 5 years the evidence may be destroyed, but the limitation is given under the Limitation Act 1963. So what is a limitation? The limitation is basically 3 years. So within 3 years that have to file the case. That's it. Okay, so this is your Limitation Act. This is your Limitation Act. Okay. Now, what is applicant? Applicant means petitioner, any person from and through whom an applicant derive his rights to apply, any person whose estate is represented by the applicant as executor, administrator and other representative. That's it. Okay. Application, that is petition. Bill of exchange, hundi, check. Bond, any instrument, instrument means document, whereby a person oblige means duty. A person oblige himself to pay money to the another on condition that obligation shall be void if the specified act is performed, not performed. So bond is basically what we have written in the agreement. That's it. So this is your bond. Okay, this is called bond. What is period of limitation? First of all, this limitation period is applied on the suit, on the appeal, on the application by this one. This is called period of limitation. Okay, this is 3. Suit is case, appeal is lower to higher body, application means any application, written application. Okay, prescribed period means the period computed in accordance with the limitation. So just like in the mortgage, limitation is 12 years, right? In the mortgage, in the contract generally 3 years. Suppose if any act, because when we just in the paid class when we are reading the Limitation Act, so for all the act the the limitation is there, so we have to follow the limitation. Okay. Now what is promissory note? First of all, suit. Suit means that does not include appeal and application. That is called suit. That does not include appeal and application because these are different terms and suit is different. What is promissory note? That is so simple. Promissory note means X and Y is there. X have given goods to the Y person, right? And Y person, suppose he have to give 5 lakh rupees, but right now the Y person don't have a 5 lakh rupees. So what will happen then? Now this 5 lakh, Y will make a document. That document is promissory note. it must be registered and stamped, and that is written that Y will give X 5 lakh rupees after 1 month, and Y will sign here. This is called promissory note. So in that case, X is the payee and Y is the maker and drawer. That's it. Maker and drawer. Is that okay? Done, guys? Okay. This is called promissory note.